Alright guys, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be taking my Hunter and going over the ever iconic Lich King raid in order to try for the successful drop of Invincible's Reigns. Now, I personally have been trying for this mount for, I'm going to say 3.5 years, and I've been very unsuccessful so far at getting it. It's one of the few mounts that I haven't had success getting. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off here in Dalaran, and we're going to fly over. Man, my guy's lagged out. Look at that. I'm running in the air. That's pretty cool. Jeez, wow. But on the map here, you're going to want to go right here to Icecrown Citadel. So we're going to be taking a little sharp left here in a second, just getting over the mountain. And then another thing is you want to make sure that you have your raid difficulty on Heroic and on 25 player. Because if you don't, then the Invincible Reigns, you don't have the option of dropping. So let's get in the mode to get this done. The reason I'm making this video, obviously, is I've done this a billion times. What I would like to also do in the future is run over an actual achievement run that you can do with one player on this instance to go ahead and get the bone mount, or the bone dragon mount, which I can show you guys in just a second. Let's go ahead and show you that real fast. That way, if you guys are interested in getting that, I definitely have the ability to go over exactly what it takes. So this one, there's one that you can do on 10 player, and there's one you can do on 25 player. But I mean, it's a hella cool mount. Obviously the graphic on it's really cool. It's got the glowing chest, just like the Lich King and everything, and it's a very cool mount. But let's go ahead and get in here and start the run. Again, I've done this a billion times, guys, so this isn't going to be an aesthetic run. This isn't going to be a listen to everything they have to say run. It's going to be a quick in and out, fresh run that I try to finish as quickly as possible, actually, because I really don't like doing this anymore. The first 100 times it was fun. Now that it's just not fun anymore. So let's go ahead and what we're going to do is, typically you can sneak past these guys. I've actually got camouflage as one of my talents. I sneak all the way to the front here to where I can kill Lord Margar. Sneak past all these guys. And they're not difficult to kill. I'm not probably saving all that much time by sneaking past them. But the spiders do have the opportunity. That guy interrupted me. But the spiders have the opportunity of encasing you in web, which just takes time. This guy can actually drop... Oh, he actually did drop it. The fragment of bone. This teaches you a pet. Well, I've got 3 of them now, apparently. But it's kind of a rare drop. But it's right here, Bone Shard. Very, very cool looking mount. Or not mount, but pet. And what it does is it allows you to have the appearance of that boss right there, Morgar, in Battle Pet. My fiance and I both play this game. She is much more into the Battle Pets than I am, but I obviously like to get them too. True Vision. The first time I got to the point where I could actually kill these creatures while they were still doing their introductory statement was an amazing moment for me, because it made this so much faster. Now, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I have to take a quick detour back to the actual beginning, because I just noticed that my inventory is extremely full. So I need to find somebody over here I can sell to. I think this guy right here. There we go. Did not realize that I had an entire inventory full of stuff from doing this so many times. The only real thing that I can think of that you'd actually want from this entire raid would probably be the achievement mounts, which are really nice. There's a couple of good weapons that actually drop that you can transmog. Nothing, well, in my opinion at least, that is just stand out of the crowd kind of stuff. But there are a few things. We'll go over that here in a second as well with the different bosses. Let's head on back to the rampart. This one I just try to get through as quickly as possible. Matter of fact, let's just mount up. I don't have any desire to fight anything over here. If you're quick enough, this guy, there's a little dragon that flies in right here, another bone dragon. If you're quick enough, you can go right around the corner here and not have to fight him at all. Now this part is probably, in my opinion, one of the most frustrating parts because you can't skip it. It takes a while. Just because you have to sit here and wait for this other ship to come in. What I do though is obviously you mount up one of the guns and I just start shooting until my bar over here gets filled up. Once the bar is filled up, I try to maintain it somewhere closer to 100. That way my first initial blast on this other ship is going to be full power blast. Now you really can't tell that it's moving down on the right hand side of that bar, but if you got to scroll over it with your cursor, you can see that you need to keep it pretty close to 100 if possible. That way you can take this thing out extremely quickly. So as soon as I get the cursor on it, man, I'm just waylaying it away. Typically, you won't have to even engage anything else. You'll get warped out of the gun. Yeah, warped out of the gun. You might have a couple of guys come through here, but they're not going to, obviously they're not going to really be an issue. Yeah, they won't even attack anymore because... So now you just wait for the ship to go down. Everything's going to keep talking. Talk. Then you got to wait for this ship to come over here. Fire. And this right here is Turkey. One of my favorite things in this game are the Murlocs. I can actually show you where that is on the map when we get actually out of the raid. I got this for my fiance as a surprise. I'll tell you what, she was pretty happy with it. It's a cool little pet. So now you come over here, you wait for this guy to get off, he'll respawn right here, then you let him know that you're ready to move on to the next step. We're ready. Yep, we're still sure. He comes up here, he talks shit to this guy, and then they go back and forth. It's pretty much just more talking, more dialogue, and then we'll be able to move into the actual citadel. Yep. This dwarf starts getting real cocky. Runs up, gets pwned. And then you have the ability to attack this guy, Deathbringer. Now one thing to keep in mind on this one is, if you haven't done this raid before, which a lot of people haven't done this raid, just for the simple fact that you know not everybody came in when the Lich King was prominent, there's a chest over here on the right side that typically drops, nothing. But for the most part, you're going to get your sanctification marks, which are going to be what you use to get the actual not heirloom gear. I'm sorry, the actual the set gear for Mark 8 or Mark 5 or whatever they call that stuff. I've never been a huge fan of the set gear from the Lich King, but there are a few things on there that look cool. I actually haven't done a whole lot with this guy's gear. I just noticed that I'm sitting here making a video and my guy looks like a turd. I just pretty much had the stuff I got from going into the new expansion, just to give this guy a little bit of ability to stay alive at least a little bit. So right here, this is another area I utilize my camouflage. I'll go ahead and hit that, camouflage, skip past all these dudes. That way you do not have to go out of your way to make sure they're all dead or they follow you. And let's see here. On my rogue when I play, it's actually really cool because I can actually see the traps in this area. That way I don't get these other guys to come attack me. But, I mean, it's not really a deal breaker either way. See, you can hear I hit a trap that I can't see on this guy. And then all these dudes are going to come running over at me, which is just annoying. It's not that they're difficult, it's just frustrating to have to deal with it. But yeah, you can hear them still continuing the dialogue from the ship area. So that's one annoying thing. You will be killing these things mindfully faster than the dialogue keeps up with. Be sure to hit these. I can't tell you how many times in the beginning when I went to do this I did not hit those, and you have to go back each way and do it. It just makes it a lot longer. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out Plague Scientist, hit Precious. See, hit another trap. Now all these things are coming out. I'm going to actually take care of them on the way back. I'm going to go ahead and knock this guy out real fast. But on this side, Rot Face, there's going to be another valve on the wall. Make sure you hit that valve on the wall whenever you're done with Rot Face. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. The middle area up here, this part can go long. I really haven't figured out, and I've done this a billion times, like I said, what it takes. I just go back and forth killing all of the little bugs. Once you start attacking the bugs, you'll notice that the door is going to shut in just a second when we get up here. And then a ton of these little roaches or beetles are going to come in. So wait for the door to close. As you can see, the door only closes, or the ability to close, whenever you have both sides filled up with the goo or the gas. So that is why you need to make sure to hit those valves in those rooms after you beat the bosses. Alrighty. So now the door's open up here. We'll go up here and kill Professor Putricide. I miss the days of hunter traps. If you guys are played hunter for a while or have an old school hunter, maybe you could just throw down a fire trap and it would hit everything in the area. Man, that was nice. They kind of took that away, I think. Good news, bad news, everyone. So this stuff, the Serenite stuff, actually sells pretty well for whenever you get out of the instance or the raid. Let's see, anything cool? No, not really. I know that one looks, yeah, I like that actually, but it's not the I could use. Let's see. That looks, I don't like that. No. I've seen worse than that. I mean, that's. I mean, there are some transmog options. Like I said, it's just not. Okay, that one looks cool. The fist weapon. I actually did like that. I remember that. All right, so let's go ahead and speed this up a bit. We're going to go behind here. If you stick close to the wall, this guy won't attack you. And you're going to run through here. If you like the way these things that are flying around look, by the way, the actual Valkors, there is actually a battle pet you can actually get that's in Northrend that I got from my guy. It's actually a really cool little battle pet. Let me see if I can find it while we are heading towards the next boss. Oh, my Corgi pup. That's one of my favorites too. We have a neighbor that has a Corgi and looks just like that. Alright, so this chick's going to come down and she's going to raise all three of these back to life. It's a joke. Just one more thing you have to wait for them to come up. Alright. So that, I mean, that right there is really, really simple. You come up here. This one, I told you guys I might make a video on the actual achievement list. This one you have to run twice. Reason being is you have to kill her once before she gives you the vampiric plague, and you have to kill her once with the vampiric plague on your character. So it took me a while in the very beginning, before I had the DPS to actually take her down before she hit me with that plague, because she does have quite a bit of life. I mean, she got 36 million HP. So when you're not doing the kind of damage you do from the new expansions, it may be a little more difficult to get her down before you actually have that vampiric plague on you. But this one you will have to kill twice, so expect it to be at least 2 weeks before you can actually get your achievement for that bone skeleton dragon mount. Alrighty, so you just jump down here. You can go the long way. You don't die from falling that amount, so it just makes it easier. I could see if you were doing the actual, the actual raid with a bunch of players, you may not want to have your entire raid force at nothing unless you have obviously some kind of a levitate or float. Down here, you don't have to contact any of these people or click on them. You just have to go down this hallway here and just start killing. Yeah, you just kind of take these little things out one at a time, or if you want to hit them two at a time or whatever. And then you'll get to kill this thing. There's a few things they talk for a bit. She comes down a little bit, and then you can attack her. Now, the next area is going to be another one that, as far as the achievement goes, it's a little challenging. Like for example, for me, because I am a hunter, I don't have a lot of healing ability, obviously. So the next area, she always drops 5 gold. Yeah, 5 gold. The next area you will see the dragon in here. The dragon needs healing. If they stop talking. The dragon needs healing. So I am unable to heal the dragon on this character. I actually had to do that achievement on my paladin. And my fiance actually had to heal it for me on this one. Because she plays a druid. At this level, you will heal this thing in no time at all. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be challenging at all to heal. It's also based off of a percentage. So once you heal her and go ahead and move past this area, you'll get the achievement for that as well. Now, little tip, if you don't have healing ability or anything like that, then what you need to do is wait for these red little baubles to come up, and then they'll turn into portals to the, I guess, other world or whatever. And then you go through them and you go, this is what I do, I just go straight, turn around and go down the hallway here. You don't actually have to complete that engagement. Let's see, anything cool? That's not bad if you get a plate wear. Let's see if I'm going to make it. Ooh. That's so rare. Usually I'll see it going down and try to make it, and then I'll end up falling to my death. I used to have a cloak, because my guy is an engineer, that had something on it where I could float down, but when I replaced it, I did not go back and redo it. This is another area that gets kind of trying just because of the fact it does take a little longer. You can't just power through this. I typically just let them get all over me. And they're going to keep coming down, keep coming down, keep coming down. Back up a little bit and then just scatter shot everything in the area. That way you don't have to continuously be fighting the whole time. And then after this first initial wave of things come out here or whatever, you take them down, and then you'll have a couple of the Valkyrs come out. And then you can actually go and fight the next area, which is the dragon. So that's what I like to do, just because the simple fact that I only have to do it one time. And then you'll have another wave come through just right here. And after this is done, that other gate over there will actually open up. The longest part of this video, is, from my assumption, is probably going to end up being the actual Lich King engagement itself. Just due to the fact that there's so much talking, and it takes a long time for him to actually, like, die. I'll have him at no life within the first probably 15 seconds. But his actual dying process is... Let's just say he makes it theatrical. Let's do this. Let's go here. Alright, so one other thing. If you kill these down closer to where the boss is going to come in, when you loot the boss, you'll end up area looting all of these things. You'll get all the garbage from those things. So I never do that. I always try to kill them back in the back. That way my inventory doesn't get filled up with just trash. And then she comes in. I think she looks savage. See, I just got her loot instead of getting all the trash from these other creatures back here. So, because you fill up pretty quick, unfortunately. Her cruel claw. It's funny sometimes to compare the loot. You know, the stuff that's nowadays. Jeez. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. You go back to the upper spire. It'll freeze you. And then now at this point, since you've got all of the actual monsters defeated, you'll run straight down this pathway here. And then in the middle, you'll see another one of those. It looks like one of those spire things back there. But instead of having to act... Never heard that before. Maybe I just don't pay attention. I didn't notice the skulls and stuff before. Maybe this is a sign I'm about to get Invincible's Reigns. Oh my god, I'd scream like a girl. Yeah, you don't have to activate it. You just stand on it. Come over here and talk to High Lord Tyrion, who apparently is on a high-protein diet. He makes you look like a dwarf, even though I'm a high or night elf. It's crazy. Look how big he is. His sword's bigger than me. Azeroth's hero, his sword's bigger than me. Crazy. And then of course Arthas will come down, and he's a monster too. A few things, just I'm going to try to talk over him for just a second. A few things, if you are not level 110 and everything else, your DPS is a little lacking and you actually have to struggle with this guy to get him down, that's how I was in the beginning, then make sure he is going to bring out different little mobs, but he also is going to put a ring on the ground, and in that ring, if you step in that ring, it'll shoot you off the side. And that is a real easy, quick way to get pissed off real fast. Or at least I know it was for me. So after you get him down to about, I'm going to say probably the N or the I on his name here, then he'll go to the middle, and he'll start doing his little weird icy nova, whatever it is. But after that, it's pretty much just pound and go. He will create little orb wisps that come after you, and of course a reflection of yourself that you have to kill as well. But other than that, he's no real big deal if you got the character for it. The wisps, if they get close enough to you, they will knock you off the side. And of course, those little circles, like I said, on the ground. I wish I could describe it better. It's almost it's just like anything else. Just don't. I mean, it's like every raid when they just don't stand in shit. That's pretty much it. But I have fallen off the side numerous times because of that. Because trying to do the achievement for this guy is going to be a whole nother video. It's much more detailed. But yeah, as you can see, that the longest part of this isn't the fact that he's a challenging enemy. It's the fact that he just talks and talks and talks. Chaos and destruction. This guy means business. All savage, no chill. Here we go. He's going to break out of that ice, and he's going to come over there, and he's going to slap the Lich King in the mouth. Then the Lich King goes, impossible, and then, you know, it's over. So, for some reason, the Lich King now has the ability to fly. He does that in just a second. And then he goes down. So, man, I didn't get no reins. And then there's, of course, you got the cinematic. I'm not going to ruin that for you. For some reason, that is the first time you get to see it. It's actually pretty cool. It's not terrible. The crossbow is actually pretty cool. It's got little eyes that glow and stuff on it. I'm just not a huge crossbow fan. Then again, my bow looks pretty lame right now. So, all right, guys, that is the quickest way I know how to get through the actual. What is this? Oh man, that's cool. I never noticed that before. What is this guy? Okay, so yeah, you can actually come in here and spend your stuff right here. Man, I'm learning things all the time. But yeah, you can do that. I think that's probably the lamest helmet I've ever seen in my entire life. But I guess it is available. There's a few other things. They're not my forte. Yeah, that's retarded. But whatever. All right, so you can heal up, you can sell. I've never seen that portal there before, which is actually really convenient. You can come right out here and just shoot all your stuff right to the vendor. But it's not a huge way to make money, but you can definitely make some extra gold doing that stuff. All right, guys, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will make a video on the achievements if you guys request it. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video. And be sure to check out, like, subscribe. I've got a couple of Ultima Online videos I'm doing as well. Kind of an old school throwback to the MMOs. But I'm hoping to make this into something, guys. So again, thanks for watching, and you guys have a good one.